Hello, my name is John Mayer, and I'm the Executive Director of CALI, Center for Computer Assisted Legal Instruction. This very short video is to introduce you to the brand new Excellence for the Future Awards Administration System. The intended audience is registrars or assistant deans or whoever it is at your school that is tasked with administering the CALI Awards for your law school. All right, let's get started. So first I'm going to shrink myself down to the corner there so I can get started. Here's our agenda. It's going to go very fast. A little bit about CALI, what are the awards, why are we changing this thing, and then we'll get right to a demo. And then finally I'll talk about the timeline. All right, so CALI is a 501c3 nonprofit consortium of US law schools. We've been around since 1982. This is our 40th anniversary. We exist at the intersection of legal education, technology, and access to justice. So we have a lot of projects that cover that ground, including the awards. So we're best known for our CALI Lessons. There's over 1,200 interactive tutorials that students, hundreds of thousands that are used hundreds of thousands of times by tens of thousands of students every year. They get either recommended or suggested or assigned by law faculty. We also pay faculty to write textbooks, casebooks for law, and then give them away for free. But it's not about the money. It's about giving away an open version of the book so that faculty or students can remix and republish the materials without having to explicitly ask us permission. All right. And the third project that we're most known for is A to J Author. It's a web-based tool for creating guided interviews, sort of in the form of like TurboTax or LegalZoom, but for any court form. And the authors are legal aid attorneys and court staff. So think domestic violence, temporary restraining orders, or criminal expungement, or uncontested divorce, things like that. And the audience for that is self-represented litigants, people who can't afford a lawyer and can't get help because there's too many of them for legal aid. So that's our big three, but we're also, as you well know, known for our CALI Awards. So what are the CALI Awards? Well, it's officially called the CALI Excellence for the Future Award. And it was started in 1995. And at that time, we put a program on floppy disks and mailed them to schools. They would put the floppy disk in, do the data entry, and then mail us back the diskette. And then we would, collect all of that, it would take about a month to turn this around and then ship out, the printed paper certificates. So in 1999, 2000, we moved it to the web. It went through a couple of rewrites. And since that time, we've done almost 350,000 awards for over 130 schools. So that's the CALI Award. It's intended to recognize excellence in legal education. It's only for US law schools and only for CALI members, although we're a little squishy on that sometimes. The instructor who teaches the class gets to decide who gets the highest grade or who gets the CALI Award. The registrar or whoever it is your school designate administers it. In other words, we assume that there's one person at the school who will gather all of the information and enter it, do the data entry into our system. We then post the awards on our website, or optionally, the award can be hidden. I'll talk about that in just a second. We print the certificates, stick them in an envelope, send them back to the school, and the school then distributes the awards to the winning students. You could do this for any course you want. All courses are eligible. If anything that's taught by a law professor at your school is fine with us. You can have ties, but we kind of discourage that, right? The goal here is to find the one person or to give only one award per course. Like I said before, you can hide the awards so that they can't be seen from our website. But I'll tell you that students often then contact me and then I unhide them because since it's their award, I feel that that's sufficient permission to do that. It goes the opposite direction too. Sometimes I do get contacted by students who say, I want my award hidden, and we're fine with that. Generally, if you send an email to webmaster@cali.org, that gets taken care of pretty fast. All right, so why are we changing this software? It's been working, the software we've been using for over 15 years, and it's been great, And I say that because, of course, I wrote it. Well, in one word, security. The software has gotten old and creaky, and it's time to update it. And the nature of the updates that we would have to do require that we needed a complete rewrite. So the second thing is, as you have noticed, CALI, the CALI Awards is at www.cali.org, and the CALI website is www.cali.org. So we would have long retired the website, except we were continuing to run awards on it, www.2. So it's time to do that. And third, we've got a bunch of cool ideas for new features. And let me just like, hit the highlights on that. The first one you're going to love, of course. It's going to be the ability to fill out a spreadsheet, an Excel spreadsheet, and just upload the whole thing to the website. So you don't have to do data entry of individual awards on the website. And I'll demo that in just a second. The second big thing is we want students to download a high resolution or a high quality copy of a PDF of their award once they've claimed the award, once they say, I'm the person who got that award. And third, and this one's a little more speculative, we're working on the details, and so it's not ready to go yet. But we're thinking that we want some sort of mechanism by which students can tell their award story. Why did they get, and what did they do to get the highest grade in the class? And then for that information to be published on the website for students who are going to take those classes, in the future. We want to collect a whole bunch of these. And so that's something that we're going to be exploring with the students and with you in the coming weeks and months. All right, let's demo the system. So let me stop sharing that and share back to there. And so this is how it works. You basically come to the website and you log in. Now we've taken your accounts from the old system and created accounts if you didn't already have them on the website, www.cali.org. If you get there and you don't know what your password is, you can just request a password and then change it. So you go to login, click on login, and I've created a sample account here called Sandy Registrar for purposes of demoing this to you. So Sandy Registrar, if I wanted to request a password, there it is, request a new password. I'm going to log in, and there I am, I'm logged in. Hi, Sandy. And if I want to go to the award system, so this is the public awards space, which is, we've got some work yet to be done. There's like a little under construction going on there. But if you want to do data entry, and you can do this right now, it's alive and ready to go. You go to the CALI dashboard, you click, and there it says CALI Awards Management. So that's you. That's the people at the law schools who are administering awards. I'm going to click on that. And here I am. So awards are submitted in batches, and batches can be in 5 states, right? Open, submitted, processed, printed, shipped. Is that 5? Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. So normally, when you guys log in and see this, you're not going to see too many open and submitted batches or processed or printed. All of your batches will be under shipped, right? Because that's the normal state of things. Is the past has already been taken care of, and awards sort of slowly go through this path from open to submitted to processed to printed. So an open batch. The big difference here is the open batch is different from the submitted batch. The open batch is you having created a batch and you're doing work on it. You're doing the data entry, you're editing to make sure the spellings are all correct. And we don't do anything with open batches until you submit the batch. At the point that an award becomes submitted, we then take we eyeball it to make sure it's not a mistake. We change that from submitted to processed. Once it's processed and there's a bunch of awards ready to be processed, ready to be printed, we print all of them at once. We stick them in the envelopes. We send them out in packages to you. And once they're shipped, you get a little email from USPS, the United States Postal Service, because that's who we use. That gives you the progress of the shipping. And then we mark the awards as shipped. All right. So let's pretend here I am. I'm going to create a new batch. I'm going to say add batch. Simple as it is. And all the information about that we already know about you is already stored and displayed, your address and things like that. If you want any of that changed, you can do that right here, right? Change the address. So let's say that's 123 West Street. I don't know. I'm going to go to Chicago, Illinois, and the zip code 60606. I don't know. All right. This is the name of the person that's doing the data entry. So if it's if you use the login that's somebody else, change that. And this is the email address of the person doing the data entry. The reason why we want this information is if there's any problems, we want to know who to contact and who's going to get the emails from the United States Post Office, right? So the batches can be, from your viewpoint, they can only be in open or submitted. Right now, we're going to leave that, but that's where you would submit a batch later. I'm going to add an award. There's no awards added. It's blank down there. I'm going to say add award, and here I've got a blank screen. So let's create an award for Kelsey, Kelsey Marie. I don't know. Smith. Keep it simple, right? Here's where I can hide an award if I want. The default is for an award to be visible. You click to hide it, you unclick to unhide it at this point. Here's the course title information. So let's say Kelsey won the award for property. I can choose a semester, fall, spring, summer. If I've got a situation where you've got a weird semester name or something that's not fall, spring, summer, like how about winter term for you quarter-based schools, you can do that. For, we put a few years in there, starting with the current one, but if you wanted to go back in time a little bit, let's say this was a 2018 award, and then create award. And there's the award. If everything is correct, then you're fine. If you want to remove it, you can do that. If you wanted to fix it, you can click edit, and you'll be back on the same screen, just with the ability to edit. Let's add one more award just to show you how to do that again. And there it is. Let's give this one to James, Jesse, Coleman. There we are. And I'm going to do something on purpose here. I'm going to say, notice that I've used a small c in the last name, right? For the course name, I'm going to call this, let's go with torts. We'll just pick fall. We'll just pick, we'll just pick 22. Good, and say create award. Now you'll notice that James Jesse Coleman has a small c. If you type a small c, we're going to print a small c in the award. So you would want to fix that, right? You want to get the capitalization correct on the awards. I'm going to click edit. I'm going to go up to the name, Jesse James Coleman. Oops, I even spelled Coleman wrong. Of course, it's a phony name. How do you know, right? Capital C. And then I go down to the bottom and I say update award. And there we go. I've got two of them in there. And I hit save. I don't want to save this information in my browser. So I've got a new batch here, and it's got two awards. And if I wanted to submit that batch, I need to be back in the batch. And so I need to edit the batch, go to the process state, and I click submitted, and then save. And now that batch, which I just created, see May 3rd, 1:19 p.m. Yep, is now under submitted, and you can't edit it anymore, right? Now it's in our hands. You've tossed it over the wall. It's entirely up to us to deal with. All right, so that's the standard way of doing data entry with batches. Now here's the new cool way to do it. Let's say you've already been building a spreadsheet of the awards, all right? And you want to just upload the whole thing. Well, we can't just grab any old spreadsheet. It has to be extremely structured. So we've provided you with a template that you can download, and you can download a template right here. Download template. I'm going to stick it in my presentations 2022 awards folder so I can find it. I'll hit save. And now I'm going to open that template. And there we go. I need to enable editing, so I'll click enable editing. I'm going to blow this up just a little bit, zoom to 120. There we go. And the only thing you can type on here, notice when I try to type on these dark yellow or these hot yellow places, I can't do anything there. I can only type things in these tan areas. So we want you to put your name all over again, just once in the template. I'm going to put John Mayer here from East Coast University. Spelled that wrong, don't worry about it. Law School, 103 West, Chicago, Illinois, 60606, and my email. And the reason why we want you to, duplicate your information here is because we want this information in this file. In case we look at this file, detached from this system, we can immediately identify where this is coming from, what school, what person, things like that. All right. Now, if you want, you could just, like you were doing data entry on the website, you could be typing things, in here. Notice there's student first name, middle name, last name, course name, semester, year, and visible or not. And ignore the optional email at this point. But the real value of this would be if you already have this information in some other format or some other spreadsheet. And so, for instance, I've got a phony spreadsheet here that I'm pretending, where I've collected the names of the students, the course, and the instructor. And you should, pay attention here because I made a mistake on purpose to show you how this might work. So I'm just going to grab the course information first, grab legal writing and property, hit Control C, Alt Tab. I'm going to go over to the course name and hit Control V, and boom, I've entered the course information. Now I'm going to go back here. I don't need the instructor information. That's just a red herring, but I'm going to grab the names and I'm going to Alt Tab and go over here. And notice I've got in our template, first name, middle name, last name are in separate columns, but I've got them, in all in one field here, and there's no way to like paste partial here or something like that. So I'm gonna have to do a little bit of work. I'm gonna hit Control V on both the first and the last name, and then I'm gonna go in there and just erase the last name out of this column, and then I'm gonna go in here and erase the first name out of this column, and that should solve my problem. So what this should tell you is if you're gathering data in your own spreadsheet, create at least three fields for the names, right? First name, middle name, last name, so that it's easier for you to copy and paste things from your own spreadsheet into this. So there's no middle names here. This would be Smith. This would be, Jones, and again, just get rid of the last name there and get rid of the last name there. And so if you gather information in this way, it's a lot easier than to cut and paste this into this spreadsheet here. So I could go on and show, you can enter all the awards you want. You want to make sure this is all correct. Now you save this file. Now this is a file called sample bulk upload. Sample bulk award upload. I don't want to save it with that name because that's the template, and I want to reuse the template, the blank template later. So I'm just going to delete the name, and I'll call this, I don't know, what makes sense. The name of the school, East Coast University, and then maybe like the date. I don't know. That's what I like to do. 2022-05-03 and save. All right. Now the fun part happens. Now I've done all my data entry work. Let's see if CALI is going to make my life a little easier. I hope we are. So I choose File. I go find that file, and there it is, East Coast University 2022-05-03. I'm just going to double click on that. Oops. And there it is. And now I'm going to upload it. That was fast. It should be pretty fast. There's not a lot of information in there. My job isn't done. I have to hit Submit Batch. I click Submit Batch, and there we go. The information has been submitted. So there's all your mailing information. There's Sandy Registrar because I'm already logged in, right? And there's the awards that have been put in. Jill Jones, Joe Smith, Property Legal Writing, East Coast University School of Law, not hidden. Bada bing, bada boom. Now I hit Save, and that batch has been added. Awesome. All right. So that's the most important things that I have to show you. We're going to be doing some further demos, but if you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact us, webmaster@cali.org. The last thing that I had on my list of things to talk about was, and I won't even run the PowerPoint yet, was the timeline. And the short answer is right now. So we're ready to go live with the system. So go ahead and start using it. There will be glitches. There will be some rough spots. It's a brand new system, but we're ready to go and to move us into the 21st century here. All right. So CALI is a small group. This is a free service. There's only 11 of us, but we like to think that we provide great service for our membership. Thank you very much and good luck.